Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel Career Flex. In this video, I am going to talk about how an average student can easily score 320 or 320 plus marks in a GRE. Here, I will give you step-by-step strategy. What are the detailed steps I have followed to score 320 in my GRE, and what are many students are doing to score 320 in a GRE. Here, this is not a video only for average student, but a normal student who are going to give a GRE. I will follow everything, many people, and what is the right approach for you to score 320. So without any wasting any time, let's get started. I have prepared a PPT which will I share with you. So how to score 320 in a GRE is like very scoreable thing, because most of the questions in a GRE are like from moderate to easy mostly, and for the hard ones you have to solve as much as a right question to get on the hard questions. So yeah. So how to score 320 in a GRE? So first, for that, I think, or from the past experience, many of my friends also give GRE. So I think the 150 in a verbal is a very scoreable thing. If by chance the paper or the GRE is very hard at the time you are giving, so in that question, in that time or in that situation, I think 150 is easily scoreable when the paper is very hard. For if the paper is easy to moderate, you can able to score 155 plus easily. So 150 is easy scoreable in a verbal section. And for the quant section, I think 170 or full marks is very is possible, because most of the concept in this is from moderate. Basically 70% of the question is moderate to easy, and remaining the questions like 30% will be hard, and you have to work hard for that. You can't able to solve by just mugging up formulas or any basic things. You have to really work hard on solving that 30% of the question, the quant. So yeah, I think both 150 and 170 in verbal and quant is very scoreable respectively. So yeah, okay. For the quant, what you have to do is first of all clear all your basics. Like they are the like 30 to 32 topics in the GRE. That is like for train problems, train and tram problems, distance and time problems, boat and stream problems, SI or graphs and percentage, and lot of the things. Firstly, write all the formulas in a blank paper, and learn the formulas from learn the formulas in a 1 or 2 days. It is possible, and as I have also done it, so I am saying because of my own experience, so it is possible. And for the average student, I am also average student, you are able to do that. So after going all the formulas, the next step is start solving Manhatten 5LB. The Manhatten 5LB book is a very universal book. Every student who are planning to give GRE is solve Manhatten 5LB. Quantitative section, not the verbal section. I think the verbal section Manhatten is not as much as give you same experience as that of verbal of real GRE. After solving Manhatten 5LB, in the meanwhile also do NOVA GRE Math Bible. So Math Bible is a very good book if you are want to learn all the tips and tricks in a real time the real exam of the GRE. So you have to, I think I highly recommend both the Manhatten and NOVA GRE book. I think both are the great books. And after solving both the books, then GRE big book. The GRE book is very important book. Without solving the GRE book, don't go to give your real time exam. I think the GRE book uh, all the questions are nearly same level as of real GRE, and I have seen while I was solving big book, I can say that I have learned all the questions, what are the types of questions in the big book, and one or two three question I think are get repeated in my real exam. So without any solving, or like I have to solve little bit without little bit, but I am able to mark that answer correctly in my real exam. So after doing above things, uh, give mock test, full mock test of 20 in 20 days, and analyze all the mock test. This is for the quant, and the next step will see the verbal. So verbal, I think, is most challenging thing in GRE or any international exam, because they want to test your proficiency over English more than your mathematical proficiency or mathematical skill. So first of all, what is the most important, most challenging thing people face is RC, reading comprehension. I highly recommend that after you're starting your preparation on a full scale, start solving 1 or 2 RC each day. It is very important. You can't able to skillful in RC at the end of 1 month or 20 days. It is, I will highly recommend that start solving your RC and as soon as you start preparing for the GRE. And it is very important to know the perspective of author or the writer, as that of what is the explanation in the answer while marking your answer. So you have to grab the author explanation or author viewpoint in RC. It is very important to solve any RC. Next is learn words or learn vocabulary. I think after RC, the most important thing for any aspirant is your vocabulary. How many number of the vocabulary, or how many number of the words you have learned to solve reading, to solve sentence equivalence or text completion. Because without vocabulary you are not able to solve sentence equivalence and text completion, both other questions. Because what is the story, what is the view, or what is the thinking of the author in this type of question is very important. But without knowing the meaning of the word, you will not able to solve after learning what is the sentence meaning is. So for that I recommend both these apps. This is Magoosh flashcard, and second is Galvanize Ultimate English Vocab Prep. I think the second one is very good book, very good application. You can download from Play Store or App Store. After learning all the Galvanize, then you can jump to second app, that is Magoosh flashcard. Both are great application, and I recommend that before going to GRE you able to learn approximately 800 to 900 words. I often listen that you have to learn approximately 2000 or 3000 words before going to GRE. I think it is not as much as productive, but for that I recommend just mug up or just learn 800 to 900 words from these both app. First of all you have to complete one app, and then you can jump to another app. So in this way you can revise one words from the another word, and yeah, right. Then what is the solve? What are the books you have to solve? So first is Official GRE Verbal Reasoning Practice. This is the book by the ETS, and it is very important book for the text completion and sentence equivalence, because the explanation of the answer is very relevant to your real-time exam. And after solving the above book, you can go to Manhatten GRE Prep Sentence Equivalence and Text Completion. It is very good book, and the explanation also matches with the real ETS exam. And after solving above book, then solve big book. I recommend only solving big book for the RC. Don't go with other questions because they are not relevant to current pattern. And the big book RC is very much, I think, same as that of real GRE exam, and most of the question can be not question but paragraph can be repeated. Yeah, this is for the verbal, and it is very important point, and it is like very important point, right? This follow this above strategy in the PPT, and you are able to score or able to increase your score approximately 7 to 10 marks, right? So if you are solving any book, right, like for the verbal, your official GRE book, if you are going to solve that, if you able to solve 70 to 90% of the question from the book, right, then after completing that book, after a gap of 1 or 2 weeks, then start solve that book one more time. Then start solving that book one more time, because in this way you can able to like recall all the mistakes you have done, and you can able to go with what are the tricks used by the examiner to trick you, right? Or, and second one, if you score less than 70% question right in a particular book, then for the verbal only, then solve the book at least 2 or 3 times before going to GRE. It is very important to solve the book as much as you can possible. It is not about the number of the question you are doing, it is about what are you doing with the correctness or with the rightful skill. And for the verbal, all the questions are not very related to each other. They are the number of the way question can be asked. The number of the sentence can be anything. So you can't like skillful or be very proficient in verbal. You have to solve the particular set of question, like for example 1000 question for 1 or 2 times before going for real-time GRE. For the quant one, this is for the quant only, right? If you're able to solve 75 to 100% question right in a like Manhatten or Nova or big book, then I highly recommend then solve one more time the book. For example, like Manhatten, I have solved Manhatten at 2 times and Nova also 2 times. So I have able to do this in a frame of 45 days only. So I recommend that you also do, because I able to solve most of the question rightly, and approximately 95 question of mine was right in the both books. If you're able to solve 75% under 75% question right in any book, then I recommend then solve the book at least 2 or 3 times, because it's very important to know what are the mistakes you have previously done, and you able to the same mistake you are not doing in the same repeatedly. So it is very important to do this strategy. It is very important. If you do this, you can increase your score approximately 7 to 10 points easily, right? So last and most important thing is this one. This point is like very important point. Like it is one of the point you can't miss. You can't escape from this point. Solve full 20 mock test in a 20 days. It is very important to solve this before going for real-time exam. For example, your exam is on 22, then from the first of the month start solving from 1 to 20 days, and from the 21st day like only do resting, and only learn formulas or little bit vocabulary. On the 22nd day, your test will be. So in this way, your mind and your mental health or your mentality is very strong, and in this way you can simulate the environment in the real-time exam, right? So it is very important. After solving your 3 or 4 hour test, then analyze all the questions you have done wrong, first wrong and then right, and try to redo both those questions. So in this way you can also analyze your mistakes and what are the things you have done wrong, and also clearly know what is the place you are in real-time example. For example, when I start solving this full-length mock test, my first score was 303. After that 301 and 302, 303. For the first 4 weeks, I not able to score more than 305. So after that I start like particularly I start taking more time to solve a particular test. For example, there was a test of 3 hours, so I take approximately 4 and a half hours to do, because I want to like not just for the sake of giving mock test. I do for my own understanding or for my own time management. I do. Then I start scoring 306, 307, 308 for the 4 hours I give. Then I start managing my time, and in the time frame I able to score 315, 318 and so on. So it is very important to give 20 mock tests in 20 days, right? So so this is the complete strategy and step-by-step strategy for any average student or any student to score 320 plus in a GRE. So for this video it is all. So bye bye. Please do subscribe, like and comment on this video, and share with all the friends who are currently in a position of giving GRE or planning to give a GRE. It is very important video for those who are in the middle of nowhere. So bye bye.